I know y'all have been in relationships with the type of guys that you catch always liking a girl's pictures and shit, or always following a bunch of hoes or something like that. Those guys are simping in just a different form.
That's apples to oranges. Like, if you say that I don't like a girl that's short or too big or whatever, but if you talk about my lifestyle, like, I don't want you to have 1,000 followers.
Are men and women the same? I always have to come back to this because you got to
understand.
That's
what it was. That's where the prize question
like
came
it
from.
always comes back to this though, because are men and women the same? And if if we're different, then we're gonna have different preferences.
That's
like
true.
Obviously, I don't want a boss babe who focuses on a career all the time to be the mother of my kids and a super nurturing woman. Well, like, don't get me wrong. So I always say that there are some women that are super boss women, but they're able to put that masculinity in a whole different box. And when they're with their man, or if their man's like, hey, I want you to come stay the night tonight, they're not gonna be like, oh, I'm tired, I'm gonna go home and do this. They're gonna put all that shit on the side and say, you know what, he comes first over my career. And like, that's something that just doesn't happen today. But if that happened, we would have way more successful relationships. But you know how hard it is to do that when you make $100K a year and he makes 50.
Right, like, who gotta pay the bills? Like, bro, we gotta eat tomorrow. Like,
yeah, it makes it like I said, the people who we need to point the finger at and hate is the 1%. The people making money off of us doing this shit. Because I'm telling y'all, when you're single, they make more money. When you're single, you go and do more single fun stuff. You care more about your beauty. You care more about looking youthful. You're gonna spend way more money on bullshit, cats, whatever the fuck. You're gonna spend so much money on all this bullshit. Where if you had a family, you're gonna invest in a 401k. You're gonna buy a house. You're gonna literally invest everything into the future. They don't want y'all. They want y'all living in the moment, which is being single. Like, and that's why I'm telling you, if we stop hating each other and we start hating them, it changes everything. It changes the whole dynamic. I wanted to go back to something that, like, we were talking about though with you really quick, because I remembered it. The reason why you're struggling right now, I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but it's just an age thing. I'm not trying to be mean at all. It's just an age thing. So, like, guys really give a fuck. Like, I know that you're probably talking to guys in your age or older though, but even those guys, like, like a 45-year-old guy can still get a 25-year-old girl, or depending on how he looks.
It's actually not who hits me up the most.
It's the younger guys.
Yep.
See, that's even more of a red flag, because they're just hitting you up just for sex. Then, like, they're only hitting you up for like, or I mean, maybe attention too. Maybe they just want to talk to you or something, you know. But like, I would say that, like, it's just a waste of time though. At the end of the day, like, those guys they're not going to be like serious good men, I think, in my opinion.
No, I agree.
Yeah, but that's the only. But you're asking, you know, like, why is it so hard? I think that's the only reason why, like, you're struggling, honestly, because younger women.
It's a shit show in our age group.
Yeah,
it really is.
But are you dating guys your age? Because if I was you, I'd be dating guys like 60. I'm sorry.
Oh, hell no.
See, you got to get a young 60, because then you still the young babe.
But she has to take care of him, like, when he's almost dying. Possibly.
Right, looking like Grant Cardone. I didn't even look at Grant Cardone.
I didn't even think about
that. Not everyone is Grant Cardone, and that guy's on TRT. So
look, I'm not.
No. But I would look at that, honestly.
In my defense, I am not struggling going out or getting.
Oh yeah, yeah, you can have fun. Yeah, you're gonna have fun.
My problem is, yeah, I mean,
you're
right. At our age group, by the time you're 45, if you're single, you've got some baggage. There has been a lot of pain, and there has been rejection, and there has been a lot of loss by this age. Yeah. So my problem is, I'm healing. I've put a lot of fucking work into being where I'm at today. But if people can't be brave enough to be vulnerable and look in the mirror, if these men can't look in the mirror and say, I'm the common denominator in all my past problems, because that's me. All my relationships, I'm the only common denominator. So I had to be brave enough to look in the mirror and say, what the fuck is it wrong with me that I need to
accountability
fix? So I fixed, and I'm in the process of all that, right? But majority of human beings, guys or girls, and I talk to a lot on both sides for my job, they don't know who the fuck they are, what's happening to them. They're always the victim. The other person was mean to them. The other person was abusive. I don't care if you're a guy or girl. And it's real to them. It's a real heart pain for them. But if they can't heal from that, I don't have space for that, because I made space for healing in myself. And so that's what struggles for me.
Yeah. And what you just said is so true. It's like there's people on both sides doing this shit. Like the super feminists, they're just super victims. They've had something bad happen in their past with their fathers, a boyfriend, abuse, something happens, and like super hardcore feminists who are online, like the vocal minority that just be hating all the time, they fucking hate men because something bad happened to them. And on the other side, there's men in this red pill space, and they hate women. Something happened, their bad mom, girl fucking use them, fucking waste, they simp too hard, something bad happens, and next thing you know, they hate women because of it. And we have to always remember it's the victim mentality. And why do we have victim mentality today? Because we have the privilege to be victims. If this was 300 years ago, ain't no way playing a fucking victim. We're fucking trying to survive. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't no time to fucking play like a little bit. That's why we have so many LGBTQ issues, like all this crazy shit. We're just fucking privileged as fuck, bro. We live in the greatest country in the world, have too much shit in our hands. Too much path least resistance dopamine releases just right here. Like, it's so unhealthy for all of our fucking brains. I wanted to go back to something though, because you kind of brought it up. But like the insecure thing, the real reason why like it's an insecurity, as you would say, or something like that, is because men mate guard. Okay, so like for our women, especially our daughters, we mate guard them because trauma destroys women, absolutely destroys them. That's why as soon as a guy has a daughter at a certain age, you don't want them to get raped. You don't want anything bad to happen to them, because if something like that happens, it can ruin the rest of their life, make them hypersexual, make them have all types of issues because of something happening at such a young age. Trauma destroys. But what does trauma do to a man? It makes him fucking stronger. A man with scars, a man that's gone through bullshit, a man that's 35 years old and gone through all types of failure and made it through it all, he's a fucking badass that is worshipped by society. A woman is the complete opposite. We do not want women that have gone through a lot of bad experiences, because that trauma goes into your children afterwards. We really give up. This is why youth is such a big deal. This is why men give so many fucks about a girl with a high body count. It gets down to 17% happiness in a marriage after 20 bodies. 17%. That's the chance of a woman being happy in a marriage. It's 17% after 20 bodies. Like, you know how dangerous that is, especially when the divorce is 70% women, 90% if they're college educated. That's scary as fuck for guys. Y'all want to know why guys are taking relationships serious? Why they're not getting married anymore? They read a stat like that, they're like, I'm checked out. I'm never doing this. Ever. Ever. Because you're literally investing your last name, all the money that you work so hard for fucking 10, 15, 20 years, like your children who you're giving your DNA to, all that into this woman that can fucking take it all and ruin it.
I know a lot of guys with crazy baby mamas, so I don't know about that children part.
Yeah, I got really lucky with mine. I got
Look,
super
not
lucky.
everyone
So, I
has
don't
the
know about that.
responsibility and lifestyle to be Nick Cannon.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, even if you are, like, you probably don't even have the money to live that lifestyle.
Yeah.
So.
What were you gonna say?
I was going to ask, so do you think that women cannot bounce back from those traumas?
I think that it can, but it's way harder. You're not built to go through it. You're just not made for it. Like I said, men and women are different. And I'm not saying that guys can't be just as fucked up from having 50 bodies. You're going through a bunch of fucked up relationships. Or no, trust me, there's guys that are just fucked up too. The difference is though, is that a guy, if he goes through that and he becomes like an amazing man because he went through that trauma, he will be worshipped for it. I'm telling you. Like, there's a documentary where they show porn stars 20 years after they were porn stars. The men, fucking amazing lives. The women, the saddest thing you'll ever see in your fucking life. I'm talking about the most depressive thing you will ever see. It was a horrible documentary. I can't think of the name. It was horrible though. It made me so sad for the women. It was just like, y'all, like I said, you're just not meant to go through that. Y'all women want the best quality man they can get. Men want quantity. And it's all because, like I said, for 300,000 years, we were basically animals, guys.
Well, I just want to, because I feel like you started with mate guarding, and now we've gone all the way to having.
I just
all
wanted to
these
explain
bodies.
to you why the insecure thing was, you know.
But that doesn't. Is that why you won't let me have Instagram? Because you think I'm going to get fucked
It's
by
mate
my
guard.
iPhone?
It's just mate guarding, and guys have more. So I was bringing it up. Guys have more to lose, especially the valuable guy. I'll agree with you that the simp or the normal 90% dude, fucking, he has nothing to lose. Like, who gives a fuck, you know?
I hate that word. I hate
Like
that
Jeff
simp word.
Bezos
That's
is like
good.
a simp, right? You would have seen him as like a geek if he was in college. Like, those are the ones. See, that's what. See, when I hear what you're saying, you probably spent too much time with the wrong guy. So
Me?
now you, yeah.
100%.
See, so now you look up and
I'm
you
not
for
arguing
it.
with
See,
you.
but you wasn't just bouncing around. You spent too much time with the wrong people, because we're looking at these guys that are macho men that tell us to shut down our Instagram and do all this bullshit. When you should have been looking at the simp that would have loved you through all your traumas, that would have gave you that emotional support. But all these guys is going through that trauma. They have these guards up, so they're strong, but they're emotionally unavailable. That's what a strong man is in our today's society. So I can look at you right now and tell you spent too much time with the wrong man. He wasted your time. Your prime was given, but you're still in your prime, because now you just got to switch up your audience. So honestly, that's what I think. So when I hear all that, that's what I hear.
Would you say that most girls are doing the exact same shit though? Like no girls are chasing after simps. That's why they're a simp.
I
Yeah.
am.
What's a
I am
simp?
looking for a
No.
geek. If you out there, you got a great degree, you like to
Look.
stay home. I go to the club once in a while. You can come with me. Let's go.
And that works perfect. Look, I agree with you. So I think women usually do a cycle where they go to the hot guy and then they go to the geek, and they go to the hot guy and then they go to the geek,
I
because
want
you
the
get
geek.
screwed over by the hot guy and you're like, fuck this guy, and then you go to the geek and you're like, this fucking simp beta cuck is so fucking lame, and you go back up to the hot guy, and some women finally hit like lucky on one of them. They're like, oh, he's a fucking simp beta, but he's not that bad. He's kind of cute, so
Right.
I'll keep him. Or you get the hot guy and he's loyal, and you're like, holy shit, he's hot and he's loyal. What the fuck?
Gotta keep
But
it
yeah,
moving.
it's a little
Yeah.
fucking thing like this. But at the end of the day, though, I would argue that most women do not want to fucking be with those simps. And let me define what a simp is really
Please.
quick, because everybody usually disagrees on this a lot.
Okay.
A simp is somebody who gives more, like it's an unequal exchange of value. So if he's sitting there taking you on 3 fucking dates and not even getting a kiss, that's an unequal exchange of value. You sit here and you're giving all this time and effort for this girl. She's obviously not into you. After 3 dates, she doesn't even want to peck you on the face. That's an unequal exchange of value. And there's lots of women that will do this type of shit. So guys have to sit there and stop simping and doing that. I even think simping is liking a girl's picture on Instagram that you're never going to smash. If I'm never going to smash her, I'm never going to like. If I'm not smashing her at the time, I'm not liking her picture.
Damn, I
It's
can't be
just a
pretty. It's a
light.
compliment.
No,
It's the
it's
light.
because
It's
it gives
imaginary.
validation. You're giving validation to somebody, and you're boosting their ego. You're giving away some of your value. If I never like a picture, then when I rarely do it, it's more valuable.
So are we
It's
all
actually worth
simping
more.
for celebrities when we like their pictures?
No, well, so like yeah, we are doing something just because.
Support.
Yeah. But like the thing is, simping. Like the thing is, you're never gonna get anything out of it. If you're never gonna get anything from that celebrity, it is simping. Now, if you're doing it and it's for somebody that you love, like your girlfriend or something, there's nothing wrong with it. But sitting there and giving it, I don't believe in giving out my money, energy, attention, and time to anybody that doesn't give something to me back in value.
I can agree to that, but a like is a like though. I don't feel
It's
like
energy.
that.
To me, a like is still energy, attention, and time, because I'm putting time into clicking the button.
I mean,
It's energy.
scrolling,
It's
scrolling.
some of my energy and it's some of my attention. It's like,
Well, why
I
even
prize
have it
that
if you're
shit.
not gonna? You
well,
know?
because like I said, I prize it. So then when I do like a picture, it means something. Whenever I like my girl's picture, that's special because I never like pictures. She can go through my likes and never see that I've ever
You
liked
gonna
the girl's
like every
picture
one of
before.
my pictures.
And
you
like,
following
and
me.
here's the thing.
I'ma call you.
To me, it's just like a guy that does that type of shit. Y'all, I know y'all have been in relationships with the type of guys that you catch always liking a girl's pictures and shit, or always following a bunch of hoes or something like that. Those
Yeah.
guys are simping in just a different form. They're simping on the most micro scale, but it's going to get to the biggest scale sooner or later. And a simp always ends up becoming a trick. They just haven't got to that level yet. So like women have to be careful and stop letting these guys that are micro simps, because it's gonna turn into a fucking macro fucking trick.
So it's simping
Trick
if you
is good.
see someone that's
Chicken's good,
mildly
yeah.
attractive and that's a cute outfit. Like, that's
I
that's
think
cute.
girls,
Like,
we like each other's stuff all the time.
mean,
I'm
you know,
definitely not trying
and-
to smash anybody.
Oh no,
Exactly.
I'm not saying you can't like a girl's picture. I think that's totally fine. Girls can like
but
each
I'm
other's
just
pictures
saying
all
like
day
opposite.
long.
Like,
I'm saying if you like somebody, like it's totally different for a guy, because guys do stuff because we want to fuck. Hey y'all, Sergio here. I just want to mention I've created a completely free guide that shows you exactly how I went from having low confidence and being painfully awkward around women to easily meeting and dating numerous high quality desirable women in real life without the use of any dating apps or social media. So if you're struggling to get out there, if you have approach anxiety or don't know what to say or how to interact with women to make them want you, and are sick of using dating apps with low value girls that hundreds of other guys have been chatting with, click the link in the description below to grab your free guide right now. And if you want private mentorship with me personally to help guide you every step of the way in this process, check out my mentorship program in the description too. I would be happy to help you reach your dating goals and overcome any obstacle you may face. And trust me, if I can do it, you can do it too. I hope to see you soon. Peace out.